You keep waiting to feel ready. U1T. Diamond skin momentum doesn't die because you lack discipline. It dies because you keep treating your body like a mood app. You decide your workout, your skincare routine, your confidence, based on a feeling that was never designed to show up on time. There's a reason your diamond skin changes only last a day or two, and it is not your products. It's your switching mechanism. You start on good days, then you pause the moment life gets loud. Then you tell yourself you need a fresh burst of motivation to restart. That's the trap. Feelings lead. Skin follows. And when feelings skip out, your routine becomes a ghost story. Here's what's actually happening underneath that stubborn cycle. Your nervous system keeps a record. When you repeatedly fall off, you teach your skin that progress is temporary. You also keep training yourself to need certainty before you act. That certainty never arrives. You check your face in the mirror for proof instead of delivering the inputs that create proof. You want diamond skin, but you're trying to earn it by waiting for a perfect window. Perfect windows don't exist. What exists is a routine that runs without permission. When you build your routine around consistency, you stop negotiating with your mood. Your skin stops waiting on your emotional weather. So today, you don't overhaul anything. You anchor one non-negotiable move that can happen even on a drain morning. Pick the smallest version of your diamond skin ritual cleanse, moisturize in one targeted step, then tie it to a cue that one team move. After you brush your teeth, your face gets handled. No debate. No, I'm not feeling it. You're not chasing a vibe. You're creating a pattern. And when your motivation drops, you will feel stupid for how simple it is. Good. That discomfort is your old system breaking. The next time you catch yourself waiting on a feeling, remember this. The routine is the feeling. Keep going, even when you don't feel like yourself yet, because that is how the skin starts believing you mean it. You keep waiting to feel ready by Wednesday. You don't. There's a reason your energy dies by midweek, and at ISNT because you're lazy or undisciplined. It's because your habits are building uneven texture psychologically and literally. Picture your skin like a fortress wall with tiny bricks that need mortar every day. If you patch it Monday with a clean, steady routine, the wall holds. Then Tuesday, you skip the basics just because. Wednesday, you try to jump back in, but the mortar is missing in spots. That's what your routine feels like internally too. Your micro habits don't just affect your face. They train your brain to expect gaps. That's the pattern. You start strong, then you miss one or two small steps. Not the dramatic stuff, the in-between stuff, the cleanse, the moisturizer, the one targeted step you swore mattered. And every time you miss it, you're not only losing skincare, you're teaching your nervous system that progress is conditional. You get a little relief from starting, then confusion from stopping. Your body writes it down like, we don't really do this. We do this when life cooperates. One by Wednesday, your motivation collapses because you've been running a bait and switch. The day you want results is the day your system expects inconsistency. That texture shows up as I don't feel like it, even when the task takes 2 minutes. It's not a mood problem. It's a barrier problem. Your routine can't protect your momentum if the barrier is uneven. And when you finally do something, you're doing it with a head full of proof-seeking. You check your face for signs instead of delivering inputs that create the signs. That's why you stall. You keep asking your skin and your brain to behave like they already trust you. So stop treating Wednesday as a destiny. Treat it like a repair day you can control. Keep the smallest ritual tied to a cue that never negotiates. Then let your consistency do the buffering work. Your goal, ISNT, perfect effort. Your goal is uninterrupted coverage. So your routine stops wobbling when the week gets heavy, and your skin starts acting like progress is permanent. Your barrier is your schedule, not your mood, not your motivation. Your barrier is what happens when your day has the same structure every time, even when life tries to change the rules. Here's the system. Prep once, win all week. You don't build a new routine every morning. You run the same 2-minute sequence at the same 2 times. Morning to reset, night to repair. That's it. Your skin barrier loves predictability the way your brain loves familiar roads. In the AM, cleanse gently, then moisturize like you mean it. Follow with your targeted barrier step only if it's part of the plan, not a last-minute guess. If you skip, Don't make up for it by stacking 10 products. Your face isn't a spreadsheet you can correct later. It's a living interface that reads patterns. Then you do protection with your hands on autopilot. Sunscreen if you're going outside. Otherwise, keep the habit consistent anyway. The point is not heroics. The point is coverage. When your routine is repeatable, your skin stops waiting for you to become a different person on different days. 1 inch the PM, you clean again, but you keep it calm. No scrubbing your way to confidence. Then moisturize. And if you use a hydrating or sealing step, you do it because it's scheduled, not because your skin looks sad in the mirror. Your barrier doesn't need emotional validation. It needs uninterrupted input. One, set your cue. Morning cue is after you make your coffee or after you brush your teeth. Night cue is after you wash your face or right when you turn off the lights and remove the day. Same cue every time. Your brain stops bargaining because it knows what comes next. Do this for 1 full week without changing the order. Your motivation dies when your system keeps switching. Your barrier thrives when your schedule stays boring. And when the week gets heavy, you have to feel ready to protect yourself. You'll just run the plan that already decided for you. You re-chasing perfect because you think your skin is a problem to solve. It isn't. Your skin is a system that reacts to friction. And most diamond skin journeys fail for one boring reason. You keep adding steps to fight triggers you refuse to stop. Over-cleansing is the trigger that never gets called out. If your face feels squeaky, you trained it to panic. That squeak is not cleanliness. It's your barrier getting peeled like a sticker. Then you add actives to fix the irritation. Now the irritation has ammunition. Your routine turns into a loop. Strip, sting, compensate, repeat. That's why progress feels slow. Not because you lack products, because you're burning daylight every night. Picking is another friction you invite. Micro scabs, tiny bumps, and stray hairs don't need a rescue mission. They need time. Every time you touch, you reopen the same spot and you widen the pathway for redness and marks to settle in. You're not healing faster by interfering. You're delaying the reset. Then the rest the wrong active, the classic I added it, so it must work move. Using a strong exfoliant on top of a new retinoid, or layering too many acids on the same night. Doesn't create faster results. It creates mixed signals. Your barrier doesn't know which ingredient to tolerate, so it treats everything like an intruder. Congestion doesn't vanish. It gets inflamed, then comes back angrier, and you start believing the next product will be the answer. Here's the mechanism you can feel. When you remove triggers, your skin stops spending energy defending itself. That's what deebaby diamond skin looks like in real life: less reactive, smoother texture, fewer surprise flare-ups. The glow isn't magic. It's recovery time with fewer interruptions. So reduce friction before you chase upgrades. Keep cleansing gentle and limited to what you truly need. Stop picking like you're searching for proof. And if you introduce actives, do it once with spacing and let your barrier earn the rest. The fastest way to see change is not adding more. It's taking away the reasons your skin keeps getting triggered in the first place. Now your routine becomes predictable in a deeper way because your face isn't being tested every day. And that's when the next layer of results starts to show. You keep wanting a diamond skin day to magically show up. Here's the problem. You've been guessing, not measuring. And guesswork is why motivation dies by Wednesday. Your skin can't win if your plan keeps changing. There's a reason your barrier recovery feels random. Irritation has patterns, but you're too busy chasing the next product to notice them. So today, you run one test. 7 days. Same basics. Same timing. Same amount. No weeks. Choose one simple tracking method. Every night, right after cleansing, look at your face under normal light and score 3 things fast: redness, tightness, and stings when I apply moisturizer. Use numbers from 0 to 3. 0 means nothing. 3 means it feels angry. Write it down in the same place every day. If you don't track, you'll convince yourself that today felt better when it was just an off day. Now the single adjustment rule ties directly to barrier recovery and irritation. If your total irritation score rises for 2 nights in a row, you remove one trigger the very next morning. Only one. Most people remove the most aggressive step first, like exfoliating or switching actives. If you're using a retinoid or other active, pause it for the next 48 hours and keep everything else gentle. If the stinging disappears and your score stops rising, you've found the lever. If nothing changes, you didn't remove the right trigger, so you go back to the same rule and adjust again next day. If your score stays flat or drops, you do nothing. That's the part most people hate. They want action, but recovery isn't built on constant tinkering. It's built on consistent safety. Also, don't change multiple variables at once. Your skin doesn't run a science experiment for you. It reacts to friction and confusion. Give it 7 days where the only thing you test is whether removing one trigger stops the downward slide. By day 3, you'll feel it. The difference between reactive skin and recovering skin is not a glow in the mirror. It's the absence of that background itch, that background sensitivity that makes you reach for an emergency fix. One track tonight, adjust tomorrow only if your score proves irritation is climbing. Then let your barrier do what it's been trying to do the whole time. Recover without being barged into by your next instinct. And once you see the pattern in your own numbers, you'll realize why diamond skin tips don't work when they're treated like tips. They work only when they're treated like a process. You're not chasing a shortcut to diamond skin. You're chasing stability. Real barrier recovery looks boring. Fewer reactions, calmer mornings, less guessing. Your irritation score is the referee. It tells you whether today worked or whether you just got lucky with a good day. So here's your takeaway for tonight. Track one number. Follow the single adjustment rule tomorrow if it's rising. And stop swapping products like you're trying to win an argument with your face. Do that for 7 nights. Then comment with your day 3 trend and start acting from data, not hope.